Hello guys, welcome back to race 6 of the F1 1998 season on rFactor. We're doing race 6 because Monaco for some reason isn't in the track pack, so yeah, we have to skip straight to Canada, which is a bit of a shame. If I'm just going to use the the first warm-up lap, because I only did like 3 laps in qualifying, to sort of explain what I want to do for the series. I was going to sort of change the track file, like the character files, and move them from team to team after every season, so it wouldn't be a reflection of real life, it'd be a reflection of what was going on in the actual season. But a few things: one, there's not many viewers on the channel, and two, I just thought it was a bit too difficult to do the edits, and rFactor's a little bit unreliable, and so yeah. If you're wondering why I've been away a bit, my laptop charger, because I film all these on a laptop, died, and I needed to get a new one, so I had to get that shipped over from somewhere because it was a universal adapter from like China or something. So yeah, I'm building a gaming PC so that I can actually use my racing wheel, because I do have a racing wheel, I used to have a PC. And so yeah, I'm building a new one now, so hopefully in the next few months I'll be able to get that up, and we'll be able to get much higher quality videos at 1080p, 60 frames per second. That's the goal. As we come around our first timed lap in qualifying, because of how much wheel spin I get off the line at the start of the race, I don't really put much thought into qualifying. Yeah, so this next lap coming up is my fastest lap. This first lap was okay, I suppose. Yeah, it was a 1:21.6, I think. Seeing this all on a previous screen as we come around the third turn here up the hill, under the bridge. Braking just before 50 meters here as we turn left, right, then left. Lose a lot of rear traction there coming out of that corner. It's a bit tricky because there's an embankment, and then you're turning and you're trying to get on the power early. If you get the power on too early, yeah, you get screwed up for it. So yeah, coming through the chicane, I go a little bit wide there, just trying to stop the wheel spin coming out of it. And then we have the hairpin here, which is a difficult one to get right because you have to try and turn in early like I did there, and straighten up as quickly as you can so that you can get the power on early and you can get a good run down the front, the back straight here. The good thing about this track is that the pits is essentially just straight from this straight, so you don't have to actually turn anywhere. It's like right there on our left there, as you see, as we turn into the final chicane here, right next to the wall of champions. As we cross the line to finish 1:33.7. It's pretty damn good. In the end, I think I qualified 18th, but here we go. 3 red lights, 4 red lights, and away we go. The Canadian Grand Prix. Lots and lots and lots of wheel spin as usual on rFactor. As I hit the back of Michael Schumacher there going into the first corner. His AI go very, very slow in the first corner, so I try and capitalize as much as I can. Fighting my space there again, a bit of wheel spin coming up that corner there as we slip down the inside of a few cars and up into 17th place. As Pedro Diniz there, it's fought us back for 17th, and we're back down in 18th place now. As we try again in this corner, just sneak up his inside, but it's not like normal F1 game, you know, like the F1 Codemasters games that the AI know that you're there, but these AI just don't, so you have to sort of barge your way through, otherwise you're never going to get anywhere. So we move up into 17th place. So let's have a look at the replay at the start again. So this is obviously the TV camera view of the start, and you'll see how much smoke comes out of my rear tyres as I spin them heavily as we come out of the start-finish straight. As you see me hit Michael Schumacher, and it's a huge concertina effect there at the start, but I'm able to gain some places, which is good, and a lot of wheel spin there, as you can see. It's a bit hard to sort of predict what the AI are going to do, and you have to sort of plan your placement quite well. Otherwise, you'll find yourself stuck. So let's get back to the race now, and we're right on the back of Heinz-Harald Frentzen and Jarno Fisichella, and we tried to have a look down the inside there. There was no room, so put that to the wayside there and just line it up down the straight to try and get some slipstream. As we were right on the back of Jarno Fisichella, coming down the back straight. Got to be very careful because I like to brake very early into this chicane here, and Fisichella goes off, hits the wall of champions. Let's take a replay of that. This happens a lot this race, not gonna lie. So this is down that back straight again as I've overtaken the Williams there, and Hakkinen and Ralf Schumacher slide like that, and Fisichella just can't hold it and goes in backwards into the wall of champions. So here we are on lap 2, braking hard again for that chicane there, right behind Nakano, and I've got Giancarlo Fisichella right behind us as we go right down the inside of both of those cars. The Williams is right on my outside coming out of the chicane. A lot of wheel spin. Heinz-Harald Frentzen keeps the position, but we're right on his tail. We use his slipstream to get out in front at the straight here as we go to the final chicane. Being very wary. I'm trying not to close the gap too early because I don't know whether he's still there or not. And both Jordans have spun out of the Wall of Champions, and it's caused a yellow flag. Let's have a look at that again. Yeah, looks like a few cars slid and hit the wall there. Seems like the AI just can't handle that part of the circuit on this track. So we'll come to the end of the safety car, which ended up only being one lap. So we start basically lap 4. We can't overtake until now for some reason, but my teammate's right in front of me. He gets a very, very bad exit out of the chicane, and we were able to dip down his inside there as we get better straight line speed. I think I might have set my car up a little bit better than he did. As we come into the first corner right behind Mika Hakkinen there, I've got a bit of hiccups. And got a lot of wheel spin coming out of there. Just checking my tyres to make sure that they're not too cold, because that can be a bit of an issue sometimes. And I'm trying not to push too hard until the tyres are fully back up to temperature. We weren't behind the safety car for that long, so it wasn't a huge deal as I go completely wide in that corner, and I'm forced to cut the track and lose 2 positions. And I'm all the way down in 12th place, which is not fun, but yeah, I have to try now to catch up. So we skip a little bit forward now, a couple of laps to start of lap 6, right behind Heinz-Harald Frentzen here. We're approaching the halfway mark of the race. We're doing well so far. No safety cars caused by us yet. So we're slow out that chicane there, and we're lining up to find a way to get past. We have a look there, but there's no room. We go a little bit wider as a result of braking a bit too late for that corner. Heinz is about a second up the road from us as we try and find a way through. And all it takes is little mistakes like he just did there, where his rear wheel spin. They go too fast. The AI, I think, on this track go too fast into those corners, into those high-speed chicanes, and they just slide and they overcorrect. So it'll be about just making sure that we're close enough to capitalize on those mistakes and not, making any serious errors ourselves. As we come down to the final chicane again, Wall of Champions, as is known in real life, and in this game again, Heinz-Harald Frentzen's wiggling out of that corner. He had a very bad exit, and we've got a really good run up to the first corner here. There's not enough space there. We have to brake and make sure that we don't hit the back of him. as we come around the third bend here, up the hill, and then down to the downhill right-left chicane, which is another area that the AI tend to not do very well in. But we're closing the gap quite significantly here. We're right on the back of his gearbox. Coming out of that section there, we're still about a second behind him, but we're in his slipstream. We're getting closer and closer. All it will take is a little mistake from him and we can get past. Of course, a mistake from us will let him get away, and that's going to be the hard bit, us not doing that, as we brake for the hairpin here. And we've got a whole train of cars here that we've caught up to, and no, we haven't caught up anywhere because we oversteered around that hairpin, which was absolute brilliant driving. Let's have a look at that again. So we're closing right up on Heinz Harald Frentzen. We've got a good speed coming into the corner, and it looks like my right wheel just got lifted up a little bit on the curbing, and yeah, it caused it to lose traction completely, which is a shame because we're doing quite well. And that annoys me a little bit, but that's okay. We've caught back up to him. He's obviously not, again, the AR not done well in that final chicane there at the Wall of Champions. And it's I believe it's lap 7. We've caught right up to him. We've got about 10 laps, I think, to go. It's either lap 7 or lap 9. I can't really read it on the preview screen here. As we close right in on the Williams of Heinz Harald Frentzen, we can smell his gearbox right now. It smells like Williams. It smells like Mechachrome. We can sniff a pass here somewhere, and the AI ahead of us are getting very bunched up, so it could mean we could get into the points places, which is what we want. We want some more points. We've had some horrendous races as we dive down the inside into the hairpin. We straighten up as early as we can to try not to repeat the mistake of last lap, and we get past him. It was a good pass into oh wait, we weren't fighting for position. Never mind, we skipped ahead to the 12th lap of the race. Now we've caught up to position behind the arrows of Mika Salo. That was a bit disappointing, but yeah, so I wasn't actually fighting. I guess I unlapped myself. I don't know. And then Mika Häkkinen's gone off, and he has hit us. He's hit us, and he's caused us to spin. We've caught it as best we can. We haven't lost any positions. In fact, we've gained one from Mika himself, but he spun off there and hit us off the track. Yeah, that was not great driving there. I don't think the real Mika Häkkinen would have done that, but yeah, no, we've fallen now pretty far behind because of that collision, and I'm not too happy about that because we were making good progress as we slide into that final chicane there. The tyres not as grippy as they were at the beginning of the race. So let's skip ahead to some more action further down the race. A couple of laps later, lap 14. Closing right up on Mika Salo now. 10 minutes left in the race. Mika Salo makes a bad exit into the Wall of Champions again, and we capitalise on that mistake, moving up into 10th place. And we have our teammate right in front of us. We need to prove, obviously, that we're the better driver, so the idea will be to beat our teammate at as many races as we can, score more points than him, and we are ahead of him in the standings at the moment, but we haven't had, the past few races have been quite horrendous, so as we understeer into that corner a little bit, we're losing the traction now at this point in the race. We're right at the end, only have a handful of laps to go. It'll take a little bit of pressure to catch Takagi at this point, I think. And Damon Hill has gone off, and it's not racing for position, so that's not an overtake, but again, he's done basically what Mika Häkkinen did the lap before. As we go around the hairpin here, let's skip further on into the race onto lap 16 now. Only a lap to go after this. We've caught right up to Johnny Herbert. I have no idea what happened to my teammate. Oh yeah, wait, he's moved up a little bit. He's in the points actually. He's got a point there if he finishes 8th. And we have a yellow flag a lap away from the finish. Yeah, so the race basically finishes in this position. There's no real changes at all, because we get collected by the safety car at the end of the lap, and then we go around, and yeah, that was the way the race finished, which is a little bit disappointing. Might have been able to make up another place or so, but it was a good race for us. We made a brutal mistake on that hairpin, which cost us a lot, but we ended up finishing 10th, which I'm quite happy with, considering where we started on the grid, which was 18th. So thank you guys for watching so much. I will see you guys next time.